that.
Yeah, agreed, and yeah, exactly. And I'm unfortunately one of those investors, but I mean, yeah, ultimately, I would love to, challenge you guys to consider, maybe set a time frame. Maybe it's 3 months, maybe it's 6 months, but ultimately, if the balances aren't lost and but the ROI just never, really ever comes close to what was advertised, maybe that 3 months, 6 months, maybe at that point it would be worth strongly considering, allowing that refund or redemption of AVI tokens. I do recognize that folks have sold and those kinds of situations have occurred, but ultimately that might be what it takes, to get the token back to $1, and make investors happy.
Yeah. Like, okay, so here's the thing: we're long term, we're not gonna let the token be this price. I know that that's a big thing to say, but long term, it's just not gonna happen. If things continue badly with the current bots, we have so many options, so many ways to pivot, and not in the super long term as well. It's if the bots don't continue to perform for a decent amount of time, but still not. We're not going to leave them running and producing tiny returns for 6+ months or something like that. There's so much we can do. There's so much we can pivot to. Yeah.
Okay. Well, great. Appreciate your time. Thanks for letting me up on stage here.
Yeah, no worries. Thanks for coming up.
Can I just add something to what you said there?
Yeah.
I know you had mentioned about the token price being low, and there's kind of like a discrepancy there where people that have sold. But just to kind of offer a potential solution to that, if you were to go, because you could buy the token back because you're essentially getting to buy $1 worth of capital for 47 cents right now. You could buy it back and burn those tokens, and you've effectively wiped out, that amount of capital for less than what it's worth, if that makes sense. So just want to, just propose.
Yeah. No, the thing is that let's say that someone sold off at 50 cents a few days ago. They would be pissed if then we just came out and started offering refunds. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I totally understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
But it's also it's about the investors that are still in it, which I think vastly outweighs the people that are disappointed in the performance so far, that want to get out but are trapped. You also have to consider those. You can't just consider people that sold off early, because the people that sold off early and took the loss are also being able to take that capital and put it somewhere else. So they could have made returns in that time that our capital is stuck.
Yeah. No, I understand. Just give it time, guys. That's all I have to say.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, dude, I can kind of empathize.
It's not really, since you promised
that it seems like it's
1%
just really
a
bad
day.
timing. But I do think, what Delta was saying, I think some kind of hard time frame that we give it before we.
Yeah, and you've just given them 2 months.
I mean, I think
you just
everybody
agreed
would be
to
more
2
comfortable
months.
if there was some kind of 2 months, 3 months, and after that point, okay, it's not working. People can get the refund, or we're going to pivot or something. I know you had mentioned about if a pivot could potentially look like putting more funds in high risk bots. Is that?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
We can. The thing is that we need to be very careful with our risk management. We can't. That is an option as well. If everyone in the protocol is saying, this is too slow, we want to take on a little bit more risk and earn some higher returns, and we can do that. That could be an option for pivot. There's a lot of things we can do. Okay. But we just want to give the current some more time to kind of play out.
He's supposed to be the CEO. He's not driving this at all.
Would a good time to introduce a potential redemption or refund option, because we're essentially putting the capital at higher risk than people may have intended at the beginning of the project. So I feel like that would be a good time to introduce that option.
This isn't going to go down well.
We can't say that we're planning on any refunds right now.
Ooh, there's a surprise. No refunds, guys.
Okay.
You're in it.
Can you give a time frame where it would be considered?
Never.
For a pivot?
No, for a refund.
2 months of more slow returns, then we would consider a pivot to higher risk bots, etc.
I mean,
so yeah.
This
But
is
not
them suggesting
to
these
give
things.
people
He's
more
not
money
driving
back.
this.
I mean, I feel like it would have been about 4 months at that point, since the start of the project. I feel like that's a long time. I mean, because the capital is all still there, right? It's all available in the bots. I mean, even if people had to, I know I mentioned this in chat before, where you let people take charge a 5% like exit fee or something for people that want the, call it an emergency exit or whatever. But it just, I don't know, because if you were to offer that and people get out and then the bots start to perform, if you wanted to, you could burn those tokens, keep that excess capital, and then once it comes, if the bots start performing, people are going to want to get back in, offer some kind of bonding option to get the tokens back, and then the money's back in the treasury. It gives, I feel like there needs to be some kind of option here to give people a way to get out, because the token model it really only works if they're performing, if the bots are performing, I mean. So I don't know, man. It seems a little bit narrow-minded to not discuss this sooner rather than later.
Yeah, look, so we just like this is too early to be considering this type of stuff.
No, it isn't.
All I have to say is you guys need to give us a solid chance to
You promised. This is your own fault for over-promising and
we're
under-delivering.
to
You brought it on
basically
yourself.
fulfill our vision of what we're trying to do here. It's too early to be doing this type of stuff, like to be thinking like this. Like, seriously, like it's just I know that time kind of moves slow in crypto, but it hasn't been that long in a trading perspective. It's been like 6 weeks.
Yeah, no, I understand that, and I think that we should give it some more time. I just think people would feel. I mean, I guess I'm speaking on everyone's behalf, but this is just really how I feel. Like, it would be more comfortable if we knew that, okay, if this doesn't work, there is an option to get my money back. Like, it seems silly to just say, oh well, we might consider it.
We can't consider it right
Why
now.
not?
Sorry, we can't. That's our team's decision.
Oh, no, but I'm asking you, what's the reason? Is it just because of what you said earlier, where where you're concerned about people that have sold already? Is that the main thing that's kind of?
He's going to say yes now. You just fed him an answer.
It's a lot of things. Plus, we have a lot of deals with the bot devs, etc. Like, we just
truth seekers.
We just need time. Is all I'm saying. We're not considering it at this current moment.
So okay, so it's a combination of what I said, and also that we owe. I feel like the responses seem so ambiguous. It's kind of, I don't know.
Yeah, keep going, mate.
So is it that we owe like
money to truth seekers?
If too much was refunded, there wouldn't be enough in the bots to make back what we paid the bot devs? Is that it?
No, like we've almost made that back. Like, it's
okay.
It was
So that's okay. So that's a moot point. What about is there ongoing fees that we have to pay to the bot devs each month? You said that that's somewhere like a performance fee, or is it a hard subscription fee?
No, it's a performance fee. So
okay,
like
that's nothing. Then
take like a percentage
of the profits,
the gains. Like, basically how our business model works as well.
Okay. So we don't owe the bot devs anything. Like, is there any is there any expenses that the project is incurring that would prevent like a refund? Is it team salary? Like, what is it that?
Yeah, like the other reason is that we're running a business here, and
Yeah, sure.
Like that hits our profit margin as well.
Right.
So
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you were to refund a bunch, then you guys don't have enough where your cut is even probably worth.
You don't reserve any profit though.
Right.
Exactly.
Okay, so why not let people that want to get out? Because if you don't have any expenses currently, then why not clear the air, show people trust, let people get out, and then once you are showing those results, then offer a way back in. And the money will.
We would rather just prove ourselves, essentially.
But that would be proving yourself.
Yeah.
What you're basically doing now is holding people's money ransom and not giving any opportunity to exit when you haven't delivered on what has been promised and why people bought in.
Look,
I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be harsh here. I just want to
being real.
on this stuff.
You kind of have to understand that you made the investment. Like it's not like it's not really how it works. Like I don't know what to tell you.
Sure. I mean, yeah, in a traditional investment, yeah, like if you had spent like, if you spent all the money on devs and product development and the money was gone, then yeah, you're right. Then it makes sense. Okay, guys, we have to finish building this. We have to push it out. But in this project, it's a little bit different. You have the money on hand, and the idea was, okay, we invest this, we get these kind of returns. And we're not even saying that we need those returns right now. Like we're okay giving it time. Sorry, say it again.
But like you guys invested in the project in the Aviate coin.
Yeah.
So like it's just not how it works, man.
But it's a coin that has no way to get in or out because of the liquidity. Like, do you see how it kind of feels like a trap to people?
No, I do. I completely understand. So, like, obviously.
Yeah, but you made the investment on false promises.
Right.
That's why these people want a refund.
In depth on that a little bit more. What's the plan for beefing up the LP? I think it was asked earlier, but I don't recall like getting a super clear answer.
Yeah. So essentially, we're gonna add liquidity farming to the LP. Like people can basically profit off liquidity farming. This is just an idea. This is not a
This is just terrible.
Is not like
just coming up with random ideas all of a sudden.
Another thing that we do have in the works, not in the works, but kind of as an idea, is a dynamic price entry and exit. So large investors can buy in at one price and sell off at one price, and they don't affect the token price so much. They can buy in all at one price, etc.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not impressed.
That's kind of the two ones that are up in the air right now.
Okay. How long do you think we can expect before those are implemented or decided on?
We want to implement them as soon as we get the token price back to a decent level.
Okay.
What if the other thing you guys have to understand is that like it's down half, but probably only like 20K worth of USDC has come out of the actual LP. Like it's a very small amount that have actually sold off.
Right. So yeah, it's easy to push back up. So how much is sitting in the project's treasury?
In the treasury, we have around 270K.
Okay.
And then in the bots, we have like 1.4K, 1.4 mil.
Okay. Has the treasury been has any of it been earmarked for something already, or is it just kind of just like chilling there? Like, what is the plan for that money?
Treasury is just chilling there. We're not going to add it to liquidity right now because it's just going to basically make it harder to get back to a decent token price.
But you could,
We would add it right now.
well, because it would only take about
20,000.
you said about 20K to push the price up. You could use the treasury to buy that back, burn those tokens, and then add the liquidity at the higher price. And now your liquidity is at the higher price.
Yeah, but if we do it right now, it's basically just giving exit liquidity.
Okay, so you want to wait until the bots are performing better.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
I mean, if they start to perform better, then the sentiment should improve, and then people will want to buy back in.
Exactly.
Right. So I guess you're kind of at it's kind of a double-edged sword, because the people can't get in, or people can't get out, and it's kind of reliant on the price coming back up, but you won't have liquidity till it's back up.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, the thing is here that we're confident in the bots. That's all.
Nobody else is. Dramatic pause.
Okay. I think, I mean, I'll just speak for myself. It's kind of disappointing that it seems like the idea of a redemption isn't being considered, but I do understand that you want to give it time and push it out, and just give it a chance to see if it perform better.
It's too early. It's too early. It's only been 6 weeks. This is not supposed to be like a project that's around for like 4 months and then crashes, you know? It's supposed to be a super long-term thing, like 1+ years. It's going, like, easily 1+ years.
Oh yeah, no, I
Like,
totally understand that. I get it.
Yeah.
I mean, theoretically, there's no reason to put any kind of time limit on it if it's just trading performance and
Exactly.
getting results based off that. I think the big issue is the token, really, which was it was kind of supposed to be the big thing that that put this project apart. But it kind of seems to be the big hindrance so far. Because if it was just like, if this was any other bot, you would just pull your capital out. But I guess it is nice that you can technically buy basically $2 worth of trading capital for $1 at the moment, which is pretty cool. But
yeah,
so I think the risk is that you're buying it for nothing, because it doesn't matter if you buy $2 worth of trading capital when you're only getting, 2% every few months.
Yeah, no, I understand. So the token is essentially very, very reactive to the bot's results. So the token price is terrible right now because the bot results are terrible. If the bot results start to come up, start to produce actual solid results, then the token price will rise up exponentially. That's how it's built.
Yeah. I mean, it'll just rise naturally because people want to get in to get those kind of returns.
Yeah, exactly. And then it will kind of hit a cap where no one wants to buy it at $2 or $3 or something like that, because then they're only getting on $2 they're only getting 5% off a 10% month. If you get what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. In terms of money, in terms of actual percentage on the money spent, not on the token.
Right. Okay. What about I guess the plan is to just stick with these bots and just kind of hold out hope for the next
Drift along, that's the plan.
Yeah, for now. Honestly, the thing is, it's hard because you guys haven't ever really seen them perform, which sucks. But
we were supposedly given trade results, so we kind of, in a way, we did see them perform.
So you see how it can perform, and that was for months before we started. If you check the actual times of those trades, that was months consistently before we started. And then yeah, it's just terrible timing. But like, it's happened before, so we just want to give it time.
Okay. Yeah, I'm looking through it now. It looks like it's from March to November.
Yeah.
Do you have any data on what the total performance was during that time, like the like each month?
The percentages we were hitting?
Yeah. I mean, I can see like the gains, but it's hard to get a good idea of what that actually means. Like relatively.
Yeah, so the percentages we were getting was what we said, like 10%, 15%, up to 20%. Like, we were getting crazy gains is the thing.
Yeah. It sounds like it's just an unfortunate time.
Yeah, exactly.
BS, one of the two.
Exactly.
Okay.
It's just a combination of low liquidity, low volume in the market, and low volatility, which
well, I'm not sure there's low volatility. Bitcoin's just gone down quite a bit recently.
Okay.
But yeah, we let's give it 2 more months. You guys, let's keep doing these. We'll give it 2 more months. Let's see how it goes. If it's been 2 more months, at that point, I just want to change things up, because that's too long.
Okay. Well, it's good to hear that you are open to some kind of pivot. I think someone in chat asked if we can give an example of the pivot. You kind of answered that already, that you would put more capital to high risk bots.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you would consider as far as a pivot goes, or is that everything?
No, that would be everything for now. That's what we're considering now, just kind of beefing up the setup.
Okay. Would you consider, if someone was to present another viable bot to you, would you consider moving some of the capital into that bot if it's performing better?
The thing is that we have to test them. We have to test them for a decent amount of time before we actually put any investor capital into it.
Okay.
Because what if essentially anyone can come to us and be like, look at these trade logs, put a bunch of money into this bot. And
so I'm just looking at the chat. I didn't see that. When you think you're getting a Porsche, but you get a high under, and they say tough luck, complete misled a project from the start. That's on Josh.
Give you not just back testing, but actual trade results. I mean, I guess it is difficult because people could fabricate it, but you could say the same thing about the screenshots that you posted. That could all be fabricated as well. So it kind of goes both ways.
Exactly. I don't see logs or anything as any sort of proof. I mean, we've seen a bunch of projects which have faked logs.
Yeah, I mean, that's is that why you were kind of going toward the live feed option?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
I was kind of just thinking in the long term, people aren't happy at the moment, but once we kind of set up this whole system which is providing full transparency, then it's going to work perfectly, and it's going to provide at least a little bit of kind of comfort during the low period, the low yielding periods. So yeah.
If I could offer a potential suggestion for the other, because you said that people could fabricate or that you could fabricate the screenshots. You could go on some kind of live stream on a stage or something and show, even if it's just like your desktop and okay, here's the capital, here's the bots it's in, give us a little walkthrough. I think people would appreciate that. I know I would.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea at all.
Okay.
A live stream would be a lot harder to fake.
Right.
Yeah.
So you're going to do that?
Yeah, I mean, to me, that was the biggest red flag is I had, just as I'm a pretty big investor and like looking at the capital, or I'm sorry, at the project as a whole, it was hard to see if there was anything even happening. Like we didn't know if the funds are in the bots, if they're just sitting in a KuCoin account, if they're like, we don't know what happened because they went off and now we're getting low returns and that was kind of it.
Thanks.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
This project
Okay,
was
I'm going to
exciting
lose this. I leave this,
we
but
were promised
obviously
so
a lot
much
of people aren't very
transparency.
happy.
Yeah, if you could lean into that, that would be awesome, especially like a live stream or something. I think